sure he would.
What's nice when you get out on the open road, it gets to speed. Get up that 5, 40 miles there in the spring. And fast this thing. About the mile away and about it. And so this was pretty much his everyday car. And mile away, he kind of kept it as his assembly car going, go places, go out of town.
There's a fox.
Ever used to drive this one about once a month. He's driving that 45 miles one way. That's Brooklyn, Texas, Houston. Like rent on this property.
Hey, he took 3 cars and built one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
3 parts cars. Yeah.
And he built it all with the one car. And he wasn't country boy in Central Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, different gear models are not completely interchangeable, but they're close enough. My parts are close enough to if you selected, certain parts weren't changed over the years, and other parts there were, but you can adapt them. Select models. Like I said, some parts off of the 29 fit 30 or 31, depending on what body style. So you kind of get this mix and match.
All it takes is a Big enough hammer and a drill.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Some parts don't even have to get that aggressive.
Yeah.
Re-drill some of the mounted chassis, measurements and everything. That all didn't change much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Well, my grandma was always somebody who would just tinker with stuff. That's the one
Yeah.
that I asked the radio if you could tell if it had been homemade, tinkered with, or professional. Because if it had been homemade, chances were Grandpa had tried to fix it or do it himself.
Yeah.
So he loved that he could tinker with different parts of it. Did you record that whole thing?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, this is fabulous. Oh.
This is a power plant
Oh, wow.
Four banger.
Basically a tractor engine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This generator. This is the carburetor right here. Most riding lawnmowers have more power than this
I'm
has.
sure. Oh, yeah, he started out with Fords and tractors, didn't he? I think I remember that from my time up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fortune. They started making tractors in, I don't know, 1990.
I guess that would have been well after the T was in.
Yeah, the T.
08.
Yeah, the T was built from 1903 to 1926 or
Okay.
27.
Yeah,
It went through a number of different evolutions.
yeah.
And it started looking more and more like a Model A toward the latter years.
Well, a lot of that was the influence of his son Edsel, who became president of Ford.
Yeah.
And was really like a good designer and loved the design and everything. And from what I remember, butted heads a lot with his dad.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Henry Ford being like, "You don't need to change anything up to you." And he's like, actually, we can use some upgrades.
Yeah. Had it not been for Chevrolet,
He would
it,
have kept with the T, but then he
Yeah.
realized everybody already had it. What they were buying was
Chevrolet.
The Chevrolet.
Yeah, it's
So-
biting into the market. So,
Chevy and the Packard.
And the Dodge brothers.
Yes.
yeah, the Dodge brothers came along, and it's amazing how much the Dodge car looks like a Model T.
Mhm.
But of course, the Dodge brothers were some of the original investors in the Ford Motor Company.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. Well, if you, assuming Fairlane is open, I don't know for sure, but if it's open, I know when I was up there, they had I don't know if it's the original or one of the ones that he originally took out on the streets of Detroit out of his warehouse or whatever. That, first automobile or, I don't know what exactly it is, but yeah.
Yeah, did it kind of look like a horseless carriage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a 1903 Ford.
Yeah, it was before that. It was
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
the first one he ever did
Oh,
before he even
okay.
started Ford
It was a
Motor Company.
quadricycle.
That's it, the quadricycle. Yes, yes.
Yeah, the quadricycle, which looked like an oversized go-kart.
I know they had one in the garage at Fairlane when I was there. But I don't know if it's open or still there or anything. But you go up, assuming you can get into Fairlane, because I don't know what they're doing on it. Go. 'Cause, yeah. And that's what you use. You
Yeah,
have to crank it,
that's how
right?
you crank it. That's how you crank it and make it go.
This is the first year with electric start, isn't it, Dennis?
Yeah. This first year that the electrical package was available, between the 1919 and 1920 models is when in that time frame was when they started putting electric electric starters were available as an option. That's when I think the thing that really kind of was the thing that caused that technology to come along was World War I. And then the ladies were beginning to learn how to drive these, and Ford wanted to sell more Model Ts. So,
Yeah.
so
And cranking one of those is not easy.
I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah. What the ladies a lot of times what the ladies would do is they would get it like that. They'd get the handle like that,
Now they try to kickstart it.
and put their foot up there, and and push it down.
And then it'd backfire.
Yeah. Well, you had to have the throttle and the ignition. I mean the spark advance set right, so it wouldn't backfire.
Yeah.
But they'd get it moved around, where it would they could do that. Of course, I got a spring on this one here, where when I release it, it pops back out. But my grandmother told me that's the way she started hers. Was put her foot on it and push down on the crank to get it started.
Oh, lovely. I'm about to melt, so I'm going to go
Yeah,
and
it's
chill.
warm out here, isn't it? Let's go back to the house. Cool.
Well, thanks for the ride, Dennis.
Oh, you're welcome.